Welcome. In this video I'm going to be taking a look at this BMOSTE wireless HD extender. So this was provided to me by the distributor, but they're not compensating me for this video and they're not reviewing it before I post it. If you find this video helpful and you want to purchase one of these, I'll put a link to it in the description on Amazon, and if you use that link, it helps me out a little bit and doesn't cost you anything extra. So BMOSTE stands for Bridging Media on Seamless Transmission Experiences. So this is an HDMI extender. So here's an HDMI cable. It's about a foot long. So if I wanted to plug something in to a TV or monitor with HDMI, I could use this. I could plug one into, say, a computer, the other into the monitor, and it would transmit that video. So you can get these of varying lengths, but there are situations where the device that's outputting the video is not near the monitor or the TV or the projector. So in that case, sometimes you can use a long cord, but another option that's oftentimes the most convenient is a wireless extender. So let's take a quick look at the box here. It says for PC, set-top box, DVR, console. It says supports one transmitter paired with 2 to 3 receivers. So it only comes with one of each, but you can add others. And this is what comes in the box. We have a transmitter, receiver, 2 power adapters, 2 HDMI cables. This has an IR extender and a user manual. So with the IR extender, if you have this set to a set-top box, it'll pass the IR from your remote control across the wireless link to your set-top box. And we have a couple more features on the back there. So let's get this open. Okay, so here we have the components. This would be the transmitter. It says TX on it. So this has IR out, TX reset, HDMI in, HDMI out, power, and DC in. So that HDMI out is for pass-through. So say you're in a conference room, you could take the output of your laptop into the HDMI in, and then you could have the HDMI out go to a monitor. So if you're giving a speech, you might have a monitor on the podium that shows what the projector is showing, and then that could be transmitting to the receiver here out to a projector. Because oftentimes when you plug into an external monitor, if you're not mirroring the screen, that second monitor might show something different from your main screen. So this is the receiver. It has IR in, receive, reset. There's an IR button here, HDMI out, power, and DC in. So otherwise these look fairly similar physically. They do have a little keyhole hook here, so you can do a permanent install with them, or even a semi-permanent install. You could put a screw on a board, and then you could have your antennas up. And then on the bottom we have some vents. These feel very sturdy. They feel nice. Then we have 2 power adapters. These are going to be the same. And the output on these is 5 volts at 2 amps or 10 watts. Then we have the 2 IR adapters. So this is the transmitter one, and the one that's not labeled is the receiver. And they do have little dots here so you could adhere them to something. And it looks like it actually came with a little fan here. This says if the transmitter is going to be used for 24 hours, you can plug this into USB and set this under the transmitter. So if you're using this for an extended period of time, you can cool off the transmitter with this fan. And then we have the 2 HDMI cables. Let me do a quick measurement on that. So those are 40-inch cables. So it comes with a manual. Take a look at it. So I'll go over some of the parts of it, but it says set your devices to progressive scan. So that's like 720p. This doesn't support interlaced, so this does not support like 1080i. It says the transmission distance between the transmitter and receiver is approximately 250 to 300 meters. This talks about the different parts. You can pause and read through that. This talks about installation of the transmitter and receiver. It says pairing time can be 22 to 28 seconds. This talks about using the IR remote. This talks about channel switching. So it says short press the reset button to switch to transmission channels. Press and hold for 5 seconds to restore to factory default. It takes about 5 seconds for the product to rematch after channel switching. Talks about using multi-transmit, multi-receive mode. You can also connect a computer to this. This talks about using a set-top box. So let's try this out. I'll do a simple connection to start. So I'll need the transmitter here, and I'll hook that up to my computer. That's off to the side here. And I'll hook that into the HDMI in. And then I'll take the receiver, and I already have an HDMI cable hanging out of it, so I'll just plug that in here. And I'll hook up these power cords to the 2. Power cords around 4 foot in length. Okay, so I have these plugged in. I'll turn them on. Now, needless to say, these are next to each other, but I'm just testing them. Okay, so it looks like it's almost paired there. Okay, so here I have the screen mirrored. So the latency on this, according to the Amazon description, is 0.1 seconds. So there is a little latency that I can see there. So my initial impression here was that this was super easy to set up. You just plug it in. You do need to be patient and wait about 30 seconds, a little less than 30 seconds for this to pair up. But aside from that, it just works. So that's really nice. So next I'm going to connect up this set-top box. This has HDMI out on it. It has infrared in here. So it has an infrared remote. So I can change the channels here. So I'll test out changing the channels, pointing to the IR transmitter and having it send to this, and this will be in a different area. So I'm going to set this up and I'll come back after this is set up. So here's the transmitter. I have it sitting on top of the cable box and I have the transmitter here. So when IR is sent here, it comes out of here and goes into the IR. So when you do a permanent installation of this, you can take that little tab and you can tape it in front of your set-top box. Okay, so that was the transmitter. Here's the receiver. Now I have it displaying on my monitor, but I'm blurring it out because I don't own the copyright to this. But I have the remote here. I'll point it towards the receiver and I can hit channel up and we're going to go to different channels. So it's transmitting the IR between the two devices. So if you have your set-top box in a closet or something, you could have the receiver at your TV and you could use this to transmit the IR from your set-top box to your TV. And it's very responsive, as if you're pointing it directly at the set-top box. I can even press power and turn off the set-top box. So that was the BMOSTE wireless HD extender. I really like how easy this was to set up. You just look on the back, see which one says transmit, which one says receive. You plug the transmit into your source, receive into your TV projector or monitor, turn it on and just wait about 30 seconds and it will automatically pair up and work. I really like that it also came with the IR extender. That makes it very versatile, so you can use it with DVD players, set-top boxes, and things that use an IR remote. Without that capability, if you had a DVD player in a closet or something, you'd actually have to go into the closet to start and stop it. With this here, you can use it just as if the DVD player is connected directly to the TV. So I tested this with 1080p. This also supports 4K, and it is also multi-channel. So it was on channel 36, and you can follow the instructions for changing that. So if you have congestion on channel 36, you can switch to a different channel, or you can use multiple pairs of these in the same place and have them on different channels, so they won't conflict with each other. This would be great for connecting things to wall-mounted TVs, projectors, studios, theaters, conference rooms, and I think this is much more convenient than running long HDMI cables, and oftentimes the TV projector or monitor might be out of range of even running a wire. So that's all I'm going to cover in this video. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. If you like this video, please click like. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I'd appreciate if you could do that. And thanks for watching. Until next time, goodbye.